Welcome to the Mad Men analysis for Season 1, Episode 4 and Season 2, Episode 8. My name is Joanna Lucht, and here with me today is Joey Lynn and Caitlin Holdorf. So here we have an overall agenda for this presentation. As you can see, we will be going over the business and social aspects within the particular Mad Men episodes, as well as how these episodes correlate to advertising.
In Episode 4, Season 1, we can see Don Draper and his team presenting their ad to the CEO of Bethlehem Steel. The marketers are going to offer solutions through collaboration with other departments, like Salvador and Pete. Just like we have been learning what a proper sales pitch entails, we can see that Don, Salvador, and Pete go through the motions of presenting Bethlehem Steel with their new strategy and deliverables. This pitch was relayed in a storytelling manner with both of the deliverables and the new slogan to build up suspense as well as influence the likability at the end. The CEO did not exactly like the entire strategy, pointing out elements like he viewed as flawed, like vintage artwork and the new slogan just not sounding right. This is now giving the marketers and the art director an opportunity to either push their idea more with further convincing or offering different solutions entirely. As we can see in Episode 4, Season 1, a consistent social factor of marketers and other businessmen at Sterling Cooper is that if you are able to take your customer outside of the office for a business meeting, you are then able to bribe them with maybe women, drinks, food, memberships, and this in turn could be profitable for you in the end. We can see as Pete takes out Bethlehem Steel's CEO and pitches him his own idea that Pete was very discouraged at first, thinking that he wasn't listening because he was rubbing it off and trying to get with the women instead of talking about business. But in the end, when they came back for a meeting formally in the office, the Bethlehem CEO did end up loving Pete's idea and brought it up in person and asked why they hadn't pitched it to him yet. We can also see on the internal level that at Sterling Cooper, you can see how much social pressure was added to the job because their wives and family all knew each other. They would constantly stop by, make connections, and talk about each other's lives. So if he messed up like Pete did by pitching the idea to the Bethlehem Steel owner and then getting fired, you can see that he had a breakdown not only because he did get fired, but of the added social pressures that everyone knows the constant steps his families are taking to improve, like buying a new house or having a baby, and now he was about to be exiled for one mistake.
So, based on Season 1, Episode 4 of Mad Men, a main takeaway is catering to your target audience needs while also maintaining brand image. This involves the marketing mix, as you can see Don Draper and others consider the product, price, placement, and promotion when meeting with the Bethlehem Steel client. When Pete Campbell is fired from his advertising job and then rehired due to his connections, this connects well with the importance of networking within the advertising industry. Though networking can have its pros and cons, it is important to make sure that you maintain relationships that are beneficial for you and your advertising agency. Now we will be focusing on Season 2, Episode 8 of Mad Men. Joey will be discussing both business and social aspects within the particular episode.
In this episode, the team is tasked with creating an advertising campaign for Heineken beer. Don Draper suggests positioning Heineken as an imported foreign beer rather than competing at the tap. He argues that positioning the beer this way will make it more appealing to women entertaining in the home, and they will proudly display it in their kitchen instead of hiding it in the garage. This is an example of positioning strategy, where a brand positions itself in a particular way to differentiate itself from competitors and appeal to a specific target market. Don's strategy to position Heineken as an imported beer aims to appeal to a segment of consumers who are looking for exotic and premium products. The idea is to create a perception of Heineken as a superior beer to the other domestic options. Market research is essential to gather information about customer preferences and their perception of the brand. Doug suggests providing research and evidence to back up their proposed strategy. This creates an effective campaign that resonates with the target audience and meets their needs. They discovered that Heineken is mostly being sold to housewives, a previously untapped market, which presents an opportunity for Heineken to become a market leader. The team creates a buyer persona for this market segment, describing the ideal customer as well-off, educated, with plenty of time to shop, and find it important to be the perfect hostess, the perfect wife. Don uses a marketing tactic when he planned to set up NL displays at the AMPs, which aimed at increasing visibility and sales, as this is prime real estate in supermarkets, and placing Heineken in such a location can increase brand exposure and encourage trials. Additionally, the decision to place the beer far away from other beers and surround it with cheese and crackers aims to create an attractive and visually appealing display that stand out from the crowd. Pete's suggestion to make the beer stacks uneven to create an illusion of popularity is an example of social proof. Social proof is a psychological phenomenon that suggests people are more likely to follow the actions of others. The team also decides to advertise in women's magazines, using Betty's menu as a featured item. This is a strategic move as the platform had yet to be utilized and will effectively target the housewives who are interested in being a perfect hostess. This will increase brand credibility and encourage others to follow. Betty's storyline highlights the challenges and struggles of being a woman in a patriarchal society. As a wife and a mother, she is expected to maintain the appearance of a perfect home life despite the underlying issues that exist within her marriage. She embodies the traditional gender roles in the 60s. She is the perfect housewife who maintains an orderly home, takes care of her children, and supports her husband's career. When she discovers that Don is cheating on her, she is expected to forgive and forget, as divorce was not the norm for women at the time. This highlights the power dynamics in relationships and the difficulty of maintaining trust and communication. Peggy is a talented copywriter with many successful projects and offered to help the church create flyers for the CYOD. When she presents her ideas to the board of the church, they dismiss her ideas and suggest a more traditional and conservative design. This shows the patriarchal nature of society in which women were not given equal opportunities in the workforce and the ideas were often disregarded. Peggy also faces marginalization from her colleagues as well. The men in the office constantly make condescending comments towards her, and she's often not taken seriously in meetings. Her role in the advertising industry is underestimated because of her gender, and she has to work twice as hard as the men to be recognized for her abilities. Jones' contribution to the success of CN's key account for the television department is overlooked. Despite spending many hours reading and analyzing the scripts and persuading the clients effectively, Harry Crane replaced her without a second thought, even asking her to train her replacement without considering the fact that she will be the obvious better choice. This highlights the gender discrimination that women faced in the workplace during the era, where men were often given opportunities and promotions based on their gender rather than their skills or experience.
Looking into how season 2, episode 8 of Mad Men connects with advertising and the Marketing 234 course, you can see how society impacts the way advertising is catered to a particular audience. As Joey has mentioned, market segmentation can bring product appeal to specific target markets. In the textbook, segmentation is defined as the strategy of identifying groups of people or organizations with certain shared needs and characteristics within the broad markets for consumer or business products, and also aggregating these groups into larger market segmentations according to their mutual interest in the product's utility. As we conclude this presentation, we want to thank you for your time in watching this video. We hope that you have learned a bit more about how Mad Men incorporates advertising into their show.